The EFL Championship lineup for next season is sorted, and my God, it looks good. Let's start, of course, with the three teams who dropped: Southampton, Leeds and Leicester. We say it each year, but if they don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and are in any way stable, then they should all be up near the top. All three will start over. Saints probably have the head start if Russ Martin is, as we think, already done. The other two need to sort who's in charge. It looks simple if you have the most income and the best players, but history says at least one will mess it up in some way, shape or form. You could say that last season about Watford, Norwich and West Brom. All recently went down, all still big names, all still in the Championship. Norwich and Watford still have a year of parachute payments to go. West Brom have run out and might be a level below those two as a result. Then there's the losing playoff teams, Coventry, Borough and Sunderland. I reckon each might have to cope with at least one big sale, but all three trending in the right direction and some big fan bases in there to get behind them. Coming up from League One, Plymouth, Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday scored nearly 300 points between them last season. Plymouth, the hardest away trip in the EFL last campaign. Ipswich powered their way up on and off the pitch. Sheffield Wednesday, another big name, hoping to keep on climbing. Blackburn, Millwall and Swansea all in the top 10 last season. Rovers were a great disruptor. Millwall have been doing that for decades. Swansea need to find the right man, but the tools are all there ready and waiting if and when they do. Bristol City could well improve. They've kind of reset FFP-wise, could have cash to play with if and when Alex Scott goes. Hull have spent big lately, good young boss in there. Birmingham are expecting a new dawn with new owners. And mark my words, one of these years Stoke will actually get it right. QPR, well, they stank out the Championship the last few months, but Gareth Ainsworth now has a transfer window and has been a big nuisance before. Rotherham finally get a second season to hopefully build. And despite them saying there's not much cash, Preston, never a pushover. A couple of slight tiny worries. Cardiff, been a bit of a basket case, need to find another new boss, the right boss, quickly. Huddersfield, the same. And someone has to follow Neil Warnock's great escape, which will not be easy. But both of those two have been in the Premier League recently. Look, I'm not stupid enough to sit here and make out everyone will do well, everyone will improve. That's not going to happen. We know nothing now compared to August, and then by January, we'll likely have had double figures for sacked managers. What we do have is some big names with some big fan bases returning. Two of last year's three who went down are still here. And for God's sake, we've got an ex-Premier League champion as well. I would argue the last really good Championship season was 2018-19. Farker and Wilder brilliantly took the top two with some huge names in the playoffs and Aston Villa winning out. Since then, we've had the COVID years. We've had teams running away with it up at the top. And yes, we know one of the parachute teams could, of course, do that again next season. But something tells me this could be the most competitive Championship in years. Let me know your take in the comments on what looks like a brilliant Championship lineup. If you want to know any more about some of the new boys, click up here for a bit of info on what to expect from the promoted teams from League One, Plymouth, Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday.